Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone to Lecture 1, an overview of management. Today, we'll answer 4 big questions. Who are managers? What is an organization? What is management? And what do managers actually do day to day? By the end, you'll see how managers keep organizations effective and efficient. Let's dive in. The learning outcomes which we'll get is who are managers, what is management. First, who are managers? In simple terms, a manager coordinates and oversees other people's work so goals get accomplished. You'll notice the focus on people and goals. Managers achieve results through others. We'll also define management and why efficiency and effectiveness matters. Efficiency is getting more output from fewer inputs. Effectiveness is hitting the right goal. Today, we'll keep both in view. Let's think about an example. Can you think of a time the team was efficient but not effective? Or effective but not very efficient? You might think about a sport that you've played or any event that you have organized. Just keep that in mind and think, when was it when the team was effective and when was it that the team was efficient? Now, what do managers do? We'll use 2 lenses. The functions lens says managers plan, organize, lead, and control. The role lens, which was put forward by Mitzberg, says managers act as figureheads, leaders, liaisons. They monitor and share information, and they make decisions, allocate resources, negotiate, and handle disturbance. By the end, you should be able to spot these functions and roles in any manager's day. Third, we define organization and see why studying management is useful for everyone, managers and non-managers. Organizations have a purpose, people and structure. They are changing fast due to technology and globalization. The skills you'll pick up are planning, communicating, problem solving. These are all universal and valuable in any career. If I think of an example, or if we take an example, a university department, a startup in Peshawar or Mardan, and a local NGO are all organizations. They all have goals, people, and some structure. Now let's get into more detail on who are managers. A manager is someone who coordinates and oversees the work of others, so organizational goals can be accomplished. They can be accomplished safely, on time, on budget, and quality. If you supervise 2 lab assistants, schedule their tasks, and track progress, you're managing. The key is responsibility for others, work aligned to goals. Remember, title isn't everything. A team lead with no people isn't managing. A senior engineer supervising interns is. Now, can you differentiate between both the examples? If you're leading a team, you're not actually managing, you're leading them by doing those things together with them. A senior engineer supervising interns in, that means you've asked the interns what responsibility they need to do, and you're just supervising them. You're not actually working with them. Let me tell you another example. In a small cafe, the shift supervisor assigns stations, checks inventory, and ensures service quality. What is he doing? That's management. Now, if you turn to your co-partner, name one responsibility a manager has beyond doing tasks. You can discuss this with your partner. You can think about it, and we can discuss it in the next lecture. Now, the point to remember in managers is new managers often try to be the super doers. Your job is to enable, not to do things, right? So keep this in mind. You are actually not doing the task, but you're making somebody else do a certain task. Now, classifying managers as top, middle, and first line managers. Managers always comes in levels. Top managers set organization, wide goals and strategies, since they are at the top. Middle managers, they translate strategy into departmental goals. And first line managers, they supervise non-managerial staff day to day. A healthy organization connects all three levels, so strategy reaches the front line and feedback travels back up. For example, the vice chancellor, he's at the top level management. The department chairperson is the middle management, and the lab supervisor is the first line manager. If you look at the visual representation of these levels, it is shown to you in the slide in a shape of a pyramid. The top level management comes at the top of the pyramid, then the middle level manager, then the first line manager, and after the first line manager, all the non-managerial employees. And if you look at the size, that will also tells you how many people or how many managers are needed at that specific level. So the top level managers, they are a few in number. So you can see only the top portion, the top of the pyramid is allocated to that portion. Then the middle managers are a little more than the top level management. And then the first line managers are more than the middle line managers. And then the same goes with the non-managerial employees who are working, on whom you're actually achieving the organization's tasks and goals. Now, again, if you look at the levels of the managers, few at the top, many at the base, the flow of information is both ways. Top sets directions, base reports reality. Your career may start near the base, learn execution, then move upward, learn strategies,